Welcome back to Explaining Everything, the channel where we dive into the stories and mysteries behind everyday things. Today's question comes from one of our curious viewers, Carl_2001. Thanks for the suggestion, Carl. You asked, how is push-button start different from key ignition? At first glance, both do the same thing, make your car start. But behind that shiny button or trusty keyhole is a whole history of design choices, frustrations, and that one moment when you thought your car was broken, but actually, you just forgot to press the brake. So, let's break down the difference between the twist-and-turn life of key ignitions and the look-ma, no-keys coolness of push-button start. Right here on Explaining Everything. For decades, the car key was king. The ritual was always the same. Slide the key into the ignition, twist, and vroom. Unless, of course, it was freezing outside, in which case the sound was more like cough, cough, please help. But the key ignition was more than just a start switch. It was a tiny test of patience. Anyone who's ever jammed a key in backwards, dropped it between the seats, or tried to turn it only to realize the steering wheel had locked, knows the struggle. You'd be sitting there violently wiggling the wheel and key, looking like you were arm wrestling with your own car. Mechanically, a key ignition worked by physically turning a cylinder. That twist sent power to the starter, motor, and ignition system, basically telling your car, wake up. Simple, mechanical, and very hands-on. The key was your golden ticket. Lose it, and good luck hot-wiring your Corolla like you're in a bad 90s action movie. Then, somewhere along the line, car companies said, hey, what if people are too tired to turn their wrists? And the push-button start was born. Instead of inserting a metal key, you carry a little fob that talks wirelessly to your car. The button itself doesn't really start the car. It's more like a middleman. When you press it, the car checks, okay, is the fob nearby? Is the brake pedal pressed? Are we good? And only then does it fire up the engine. It's sleek, it's futuristic, and it makes you feel like you're starting a spaceship. Honestly, you half expect the dashboard to say, welcome, Commander. Of course, push-button start isn't just about style. It's an electronic system that uses sensors and computer controls instead of a mechanical twist, which means fewer moving parts and way less chance of your ignition cylinder wearing out. On the other hand, it also means you now panic when you can't find your key fob, usually because it's in your other pocket, or your fridge, because life happens. Here's where the difference really shows. How it feels to use them. With a key ignition, there's this satisfying ritual. Key in, twist. The whole car shakes awake. It feels manual, like you're commanding the machine. It's basically the automotive equivalent of cranking a music box. You feel like you're part of the process. Push-button start, on the other hand, is instant gratification. Sit down, foot on brake, press. Done. It's smooth, fast, and makes you feel slightly cooler than you actually are. It's almost too easy. You can start your car with one hand while holding iced coffee in the other. Keys could never. But let's be honest, push-button comes with its own comedy. Who hasn't walked up to their car, pressed the button, and wondered why nothing's happening, only to realize you left the engine running because the car is so quiet you didn't even notice. Nothing says 21st century problems like returning to your driveway and realizing your car has been humming away for 3 hours straight. Meanwhile, the key ignition might be clunkier, but it's dependable. You know when your car is off because you had to physically yank the key out. That's closure. That's certainty. With push button, you sometimes leave the car wondering, did I actually turn it off? Or did I just mute it? Another big difference? Security. Old key ignitions weren't exactly Fort Knox. Car thieves with enough skill could jimmy the lock, bypass the cylinder, and drive away faster than you could say, insurance claim. That's part of why manufacturers started moving toward smarter systems. Push-button start paired with keyless entry fobs makes stealing a car way harder. The car literally won't budge unless it senses the right fob nearby. It's like a secret handshake between your car and your pocket. Of course, thieves have gotten sneakier too, using high-tech gadgets to mimic signals. But still, the system adds layers of complexity that a simple key just didn't have. Also, push-button systems can do little tricks, like refusing to start unless your foot's on the brake. That's safety built right in. With a key ignition, you technically could crank the engine with the car in gear, which was the automotive equivalent of, "Hold my drink and watch this." At the core, both exist to start your engine, but the vibe is completely different. The key ignition is old school, tactile, mechanical, and sometimes frustrating. The push-button start is sleek, digital, and sometimes too clever for its own good. Neither is inherently better. It's just about what kind of driver you are. Do you like the ritual of twisting a key and hearing the engine roar awake? Or do you prefer to press a button and feel like you're starting a sci-fi shuttle? Either way, whether you're twisting or tapping, just don't forget one universal truth. Your car won't start if you left your coffee on the roof. If you enjoyed this video, why not leave a like, subscribe, and maybe hit the notification bell while you're at it. Also, if you have suggestions for our next video, feel free to share them in the comments below. We'll be sure to give you an acknowledgement for your contribution. Thank you for tuning in, and join us next time here in the channel that answers all the why, what, who, where, and how questions you've always wondered about, here on Explaining Everything.